I'm Janet Steffens, Extension Educator for Purdue Extension Service in Floyd County. And this is Alyssa, a college student. And this afternoon, we're going to make a delicious beef stir fry. We're starting with a recipe for sweet and spicy stir fry with the ingredients listed at the top. And the first thing that we've done is to assemble all the ingredients for this dish. So Alyssa is going to begin by, we both started by washing our hands thoroughly, which is a very important food safety rule. And Alyssa is going to begin now by cutting up this lean piece of beef into strips for the stir fry. At the same time, while Alyssa is cutting the stir fry, and by the way, we're cutting against the grain so that the meat will be tender. I'm going over to a skillet that we're using here, and I'm going to spray the skillet with some canola oil just lightly so that the stir fry won't stick to the skillet. And I will explain to you what the ingredients are while Alyssa is cutting the beef. The first thing that we're going to do is to brown this beef in the skillet. We have made some rice, and in order to make half our grains whole, as is recommended in my plate for a healthier diet, we're using brown rice. So we prepared the rice according to the instructions, and we set it aside because we will be putting the stir fry over the rice. We are going to brown this beef, and then we're going to add some shredded carrots and cabbage, which is, you can also shred your own if you would like to, but this makes it a lot quicker with a lot less mess. And we're also going to use a package of stir-fry starters vegetables. This will get us a nice selection of vegetables toward our servings of vegetables for the day. And in addition, we're using some pineapple slices. These were canned in 100% pineapple juice, no sugar added. So Alyssa, if you want to come on over, just bring the cutting board and leave the knife there. And we're going to turn the skillet on, and we're going to put the beef into the skillet and let it start cooking. And you can just go ahead and kind of dump it in there. There we go. And as it cooks, Alyssa will show you the utensil that she's using, because the finish of this skillet happens to be a non-stick finish, and we don't want to scratch it with a metal utensil. So she's going to use a special utensil with this. This dish can also be made on top of your stove in any skillet or pan that you have, so you do not need special utensils to make this. So I'll turn this up to the highest setting, and we'll get that beef going. Eating at home is a good way to save money on your food budget. In fact, eating out, even at a fast food restaurant, is one of the most expensive ways to eat. If you eat at home, you can plan your purchases so that you can get more than one meal out of the food that you buy. With this particular dish, the stir-fry dish that we're making tonight, there would be enough to serve 2 people for a supper, and then some left for lunches the next day, or perhaps to freeze. So now, while Alyssa is cooking the meat, I'm going to go ahead and make a sauce for the stir-fry, and I'm starting out with 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Cornstarch is a thickener, kind of like flour. It tends to make the sauce look a little bit more translucent. And so that's what we're putting in here. And then 1/3 cup of water. I'm going to go ahead and scrape the rest of the cornstarch out of here. You want to make sure that you get it all. 1/4 cup reduced sodium soy sauce. This helps cut the salt a bit in your diet. In this case, it's about 30% less sodium than regular soy sauce. So we will put that into the water and cornstarch mixture and give it a stir. Then to give it a little bit of an interesting flavor and a little bit of sweetness, we're adding 1/4 cup ketchup. And in this case, we are adding a ketchup that has no salt added and only a little bit of sugar. Ketchup, you have to watch if you're watching sugar in your diet, because frequently there is a lot of sugar in regular ketchup. And then the last thing we're adding is 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. And that's going to give the sauce a little sweetness and also a little added color. So we're simply stirring this up. Very easy to do. And this will be added to the stir fry as soon as the beef is ready. If you're wondering what to prepare for lunch or dinner, there are all types of places where you can get good recipes. If you're looking for a buy on a recipe book, many times you can find good recipe books at yard sales, or bookstores have sales on cookbooks. Also, the internet is full of recipes for healthy lunches and dinners. So those are good places to look if you want to find some healthy recipes. So the beef is ready, and Alyssa is going to add the other ingredients to the stir fry. You can tell them what you're putting in.
This is coleslaw.
Without salt.
These are stir-fry vegetables, frozen and thawed.
Those add a lot of nutrition and color to that dish. Okay, now we're going to add the pineapple.
So after we added the pineapple, we added the sauce. And from there, it's just stirring it around until most of the stuff browns and looks more wilty, right?
Until it's hot through.
Yeah.
And then we're going to serve it over the rice. Like this, and yum. You have all of your food groups, and you couldn't get anything nicer than this in a restaurant. And we did this at a serving of, a cost of about $3 per serving. So very good nutrition, very good price.